Hello and welcome to The Point, the show about video games and junk. This weekend I took some time out of my hectic schedule to play and complete Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes. Not that much time though, around 8 seconds.
Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes is not only a great game because it sounds like a badly translated name that nobody bothered fixing. It's not only a great game because Hideo Kojima is in it and because you can chuck prisoners of war into the ocean. No, it's also a great game because you can complete most of the missions in under an hour. Easy! I love things that last under an hour. In fact, some of my favorite things can be done in under 60 minutes. Breakfast, sex, making sandwich. There's a lot to be appreciated in brevity. But despite the $30 price tag, much of the internet has reacted angrily to the news that Ground Zeroes, the prologue to Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain, has a main campaign that can be completed in such a short period of time. And to be honest, this response is to be expected. In 2014, gamers are being squeezed for cash left, right and centre. We've endured years of microtransactions, online passes, season passes and downloadable content for crap that used to be free or already in the game. If you'd have told 1999 Danny that he'd be asked to spend 50 quid for new maps, he'd have laughed in your face. Maps came free on magazine cover discs and in free downloads. Things used to be so simple, but with the expansion of the market, what games are worth has become a complex issue, and a lot of the time the consumer has been getting the short end of the straw. The market has been trying to figure out where our line is, and we have too. Thankfully, the days of horse armor are behind us, but even still, games like Titanfall with its makeshift campaign make us question the price of content. It appears that the easiest metric for value is length. If a game takes 5 minutes to complete, it shouldn't be $30, right? So why do iPhone games you play for 30 plus hours cost 99 cents? And why aren't people up in arms about Street Fighter 4 costing $60 when you could complete it in 30 minutes if you wanted to? Obviously, it's not as simple as that, but over the past few years, as core gaming genres have become more established and as games have generally become longer and less replayable, consumers have certainly put a lot more weight on the length of a game than they used to, and games that break that rule are treated with scrutiny. Generally, a first-person shooter should be at least 8 hours long. Unless it has great multiplayer, then, 4 to 5 is okay. Third-person action games should be anywhere between 15 and 30. Indie games can be as short as they want, but they're cheap, so that's okay. But role-playing games should be at least 50 plus, regardless of whether they are indie, Japanese or Western. So the reaction to Ground Zeroes was no surprise, but I'm very glad to say that instead of taking advantage of our love of the series, Kojima Productions' latest game encourages the long-lost art of replaying levels. Back in 1999, when I first played Half-Life, I was dumbfounded by the AI of the soldiers and would spend hours replaying the same levels over and over to play with their AI and try out different weapons. Generally, I'd use the health gauge and ammo as my units of success. The more health I had at the end of a section, the better, especially if I still had a bunch of grenades in my machine gun. Loads of games back then encouraged you to play through levels ad nauseum. Rainbow Six, Splinter Cell, Delta Force, Project IGI. In fact, Ground Zeroes is as close to a new Project I'm Going In as we're ever likely to get. I picked it up over the weekend, completed the main mission in around 2 hours, and then spent a further 6 hours playing over the rest of the weekend, either replaying the core mission with different tactics or taking on one of the side missions. Like levels in those classic games, I felt encouraged to replay them in wildly different ways. The strength and variety of the core mechanics, stealth, soldier AI, weapons and so on, is such that you feel the desire to uncover new tactics, and since success or failure happens in such a small period of time, picking up the controller to have another go becomes natural. While so many games rush you through levels like some sort of shit roller coaster just trying to distract you long enough that you can't see the tape and glue holding the whole thing together, Ground Zeroes encourages you to take your time, to be methodical, to scrutinize the game, and to find solutions.
Ground Zeroes is great fun, and though the campaign might be pretty short, at least it's reminded me that replaying levels can be a challenge all of its own, and it seems that it's reminded a bunch of you guys of that too. See you next week. Post-credits messaging. Just wanted to let you guys know I've been watching The Point all this time. Thank you so much. That is the end of Season 1. Season 2 starts next week. We're going to be on Friday every week, which is actually pretty exciting because it means that myself and Andy Bauman behind the camera. Hey, Andy. Hey, Andy. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Thanks. Nice work. We'll have a bunch more time to work on these episodes. So thank you so much for watching the 34 episodes, I believe, we've done since we started about 3/4 of the way through last year. And yeah, we're looking forward to doing some even more awesome stuff in season 2. Stick around.